Hi there, this is Vincent. It's August 16th, and I want to show you what is growing in my garden, so I'm going to take you on a full garden tour. Okay, here's my succulent rock garden. I have a yucca rostrata here that's about to bloom. Some Dusty Miller. Some lilies coming up. These little succulents are bulbine. They'll have yellow flowers. There's some dianthus and a bunch of my cordyline cuttings. Some agaves, aloes. I have a bunch of plants here sitting around that I'm going to be planting. Some more succulents. I have a lot of succulents already planted in here. My red yucca, Hesper aloe, blooming like crazy. Amaryllis has already bloomed. So another clumping bamboo. Cannas are starting to bloom. The snails love those. Our shrimp plant growing nicely. Carolina jasmine's covering our fence extension nicely. We're training it up there as best we can. And we'll have Carolina Sapphire, Cypress, doing very well. I need to trim it already, again. And then we'll walk down through my wildlife garden. We have some wildflowers about to bloom here. This bushy wildflower is a dwarf red Coreopsis. Does not look that dwarf though. And this is a red yucca that it's growing right next to. Dusty Miller, more Coreopsis of some kind. You have the viola. There's a purple fountain grass by the cacti over there. There's a Pringles yew. I have one of those in my garden. And then behind that, some flame acanthus. This will be blooming red. Hummingbirds like that. These purple lilies are bog lilies. There's some marigold that I've naturalized. All these I put out, the flowers I put out by seed. Some more Hesper aloe. And we have zinnias that are coming back from last year. There's a lot of them. This is a vitex tree I planted a few years ago. It's getting real big. This is a purple giant Pennisetum, maybe vertigo. And that is a orange Esperanza over there by the edge of the street. Black diamond crepe myrtle. Then a massive Zenus and other wildflowers mixed in. Coreopsis is just about to start blooming. Esperanza here in front of me. And then more cacti on the corner. That is a Jerusalem thorn tree that has grown up out of that area. Palo Verde is another name for that tree. And then over here we have more wildflowers. Nigella, or Love in the Mist. Some lavender and white, not my favorite. But they have naturalized in here. They'll be going away very soon though. And then I'll plant some more flowers. We have some African iris that are blooming here. I have a lot of cordyline cuttings along here. If you remember, there was a lot of them last year. We have a lot of salvia that's naturalized along here, the red. The butterflies love that, and the hummingbirds. Lots of little things coming up from seed. Dwarf marigolds. And I have some African marigolds along the fence here. They get taller. They get about 3 feet tall, I believe. Then I have some candlestick plant that have seeded here. And they'll be up and down this fence row. This will be big candlestick plants all along here in the summer. And of course the cordyline. All my amaryllis are about done blooming for the season already. This is also bleeding heart vine that grows up this fence, and it's coming back from the freeze. It grows like crazy. Here's one of the vines, and I'll train that through the fence. This area is all going to be a giant garden. We'll be taking all this grass out, putting in some paths, some granite pathways through here. And then I'll jump over the garden, show you the front. This is his cypress tree. The prickly pear apuntia is about to bloom. It's got lots of flower buds coming out. That's another purple giant Pennisetum, excuse me. And then we have some Eagleston hollies right here, 2 of them at the corner. And then we have some more love in the mist around my Hesper aloes that are blooming. The wind kind of beats those up, but this has gotten real pretty here on the corner. And you can see my house. Built in the 50s, I believe. This is a bamboo right here. Another vitex tree with some alyssum growing around the base. This is a big oak tree. Some irises and daylilies. Okay. Here we have another cypress tree between us and our neighbor. Daylilies around that. Just need water. Okay, and over here is our side yard. Okay, now we're going to enter the backyard. You can see our star jasmine's blooming like crazy. I wish you could smell this. It's quite intense. Wonderful, wonderful smell. We have some tropicals here. It's my arrow leaf elfin ears. I have some Dickia agaves over there on this stump. More of the red salvia, and that does take over. Some more vertigo, pennisetum, amaryllis blooming all over. They're just about done. Very pretty. Just a combination of things. The cordyline will create a backdrop on this flower bed in the summer. I've got all my tropicals back there and a lot of seedlings on the table that I'll be planting soon. I'll be cleaning this area up around the avocado and planting some flowers. Then I've got my parsley around the crepe myrtle, my salad garden, my big collection of plants over there that I'm hoarding, some more star jasmine on the trellis, bamboo, pomegranate tree, then my long flower border in the back. All the plants starting to grow like crazy. A little bit shady right in this one area, so stuff's slowly coming around. You can see my black magic quarterlines. I have replanted the cuttings and there is new shoots coming up from the roots from last year. So we'll have lots of big giant black magic cordyline along this hedgerow here of the Carolina jasmine that's growing on the fence. And then we'll have the variegated gingers along here. I also have a lot of dwarf flowers along the edge of this flower bed that will be coming up and blooming. The dwarf marigolds and dwarf zenus I have viola, which are almost done. We'll do those again next winter. Those more of a cool weather flower. Our bird bath. We moved our little tiny citrus tree here. It looks a little yellow, but I believe it's really healthy. And it's got lots of tiny little oranges coming on. I was told it's an orange tree, a dwarf orange tree. They're little tiny oranges. And then we have another salad garden with bamboo in the middle. But here's our new vegetable garden. And I will show you what we got growing here, but it's not growing yet. The seeds are planted. I should have filmed this whole process, but yes, those are peppers all along that first row. And the second row is jungle peanuts, which I have not grown before, but we're going to try this year. I just noticed my rows got a little crooked here at the end. And then I have zucchini in this row. I hope I like zucchini because I planted a lot. And then I have some black cherry tomatoes at the corner here of this trellis we built. These are old cage panels that we reused, and this is just a temporary thing. We'll be putting some fence posts in and doing a proper trellis. But I have a bunch of vining plants along here, like tomatillos. I'll have tomatoes planted eventually. Tomatillo gigantica, or giganti. Asparagus beans here in the middle. And then we have more tomatillos and more black cherry tomatoes. And I'll be doing another trellis for our Everglade tomatoes that we'll be planting. I have not planted those yet, but we're going to try those this year and see how they do. I hear they're like weeds. This is our air conditioning unit here on the outside, and some pots. And this is the end of our border. I have some cannas in a pot here on the stump. And this canna is a real invasive canna, so I might get rid of that. I do not want that in my flower beds. And then my cordyline, which look pretty bad, but they've got a little new growth starting. So they're just getting rerooted. These were cuttings I took before the freeze. But I will show you, if I can get to it, that the cordyline in here are coming back from last year. Although that one looks like something's been chewing on it. Probably snails. We have more zinnias starting to bloom. I'm real excited about that. We've been missing that color from the zinnias. So that wraps it up for our tour today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Oh, wow.